you come to realize, like, holy shit, this is a guy, like, they're just mimicking his movements with a suit and whatnot. Like, this guy went to great lengths to try and be like a gorilla and fucking nailed it.
Yeah. I listened to a Star Talk podcast where they had him on, and he was talking about how he went and studied silverback gorillas, like, in the wild, and he also went to a zoo and watched apes there and shit. And he talked about how, like, he's played, like, because he also played Caesar in Planet of the Apes, and how different it was, and it was a pretty good interview and pretty good podcast. And one of the interesting things that I got out of that too was when he played Gollum.
Yep.
Apparently, the technology was such that, like, it wasn't just motion capture and they painted Gollum over him or whatever later. Like, they did it in real fucking time. So, like, as his mouth was moving, like, Gollum was being recorded as Gollum on film. Like, they weren't doing it after the fact. They were doing it in real time.
Yeah. I mean,
that's sick.
That is sick.
I had no idea that was how they did it. And that's like, holy shit, how did they do that, man? Like, that's impressive.
I don't know, man. Like, that does kind of remind me of the story of, I'm forgetting the guy's name. The guy that played Gandalf.
Ian McKellen, I think his name is?
Yeah, Ian McKellen, that's it. When he's filming The Hobbit, essentially he was on a green screen stage. There were no other actors around. And he's like, I have to act like there are people here. He's like, everything around me, there's like this green to represent a table. He's like, there's green over here to represent a doorway. There's green over here to represent an actor. He's like, there's nobody interacting with me. He's like, he broke down fucking crying on set because he was just like, what the fuck is this?
Man.
I'm like, man, I fucking agree with you. I probably would have broken down too, just going like, what the fuck is this? Can I just at least have like some people around me to at least like interact with, so I at least kind of get a response back? But it's like, nope, you're just standing on a soundstage, just surrounded in green screen. Just
it'd be even worse.
I don't know.
I think it'd be even worse though if like there was literally no one else around. Like he was literally like by himself, like almost like in his basement or something. And he had to, like, do it all himself, and he's just like, all right, here we go. And...
Or, like, if he was on, like, a Robert Rodriguez movie, where it's just pretty much like Robert Rodriguez or the camera just going, like, go.
Yeah,
he's, like, doing everything. It's like,
Like, are you gonna use this to jerk off to later? Is this an actual... But what are we doing?
Give me your tears, Ian. Why do you want my tears? You know why.
You cannot pass. Or will not. Sorry, not a huge Lord of the Rings fan either.
Yeah, whatever. I don't think anybody's going to send you hate mail for that either.
Oh, they will.
No, they won't.
People send hate mail for everything.
Prove me wrong. But yeah, I gotta tell you, man, like, since we last podcasted, like, I've been watching, like, a bunch of, like, TV shows and, like, a couple different movies and whatnot, and I gotta tell you, man, like, I missed out on a good show when it fucking aired, which was
which one?
Smallville.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like I'm actually I think I'm in the middle of the third season right now. Like I bought up the first season on DVD when there was like an FYE a couple towns over that was going out of business. So they were selling everything off for like 40 to 90% off. So I got those for like half off because they were used. So I'm like, what the fuck ever. If it sucks, I'm out $7, whatever.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And the first season kind of pissed me off, but like, you know, the reason I get to Smallville was I was like, you know, I dig the Flash TV show that's currently on right now. And I'm like, man, if I'm a fan of this, why wasn't I a fan of Smallville? Like, what the fuck? Let me check it out.
What's the connection there?
And they're both DC superhero TV shows that aired essentially aired on the same network.
But like, Smallville was a long time ago, and I think it was vastly different than The Flash, wasn't it?
In a sense, yeah, because the Flash, you know, becomes the Flash in the first episode. Like, there he is. Smallville just focused on Superman's years as Clark Kent in, you know, living on the farm in Smallville and just kind of like interacting with, you know, the town and whatnot. Like, oh shit, there's danger here. Kind of like a retelling. Like him and Lex Luthor are good friends. You know, he has the whole like connection with like Lana Lang. He's got a couple other friends. There's this other girl that fucking likes him and whatnot, and he keeps blowing her off and shit. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. And like the only thing I didn't really like about the first season was the fact that everything, like 90% of everything in that town, is made out of fucking kryptonite. And I'm like,
In Smallville?
yeah, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Because, like, it starts off, like, they show Smallville as, like, you know, this quiet little town in Kansas, blah, blah, blah. And then here come these fucking meteors and blah, blah, blah. Here, you know, the Kent's truck gets flipped over, and there's fucking young Clark Kent and whatnot. And then for years, they're finding, like, oh, these meteor rocks. And, you know, it's, like, a big selling point for the fucking town. It's that, like, oh, hey, we've got these meteor rocks, blah, blah, blah. So, like, one of the episodes has, like, like, some people get affected by the kryptonite, and they get, like, superpowers and shit. Like, there was one episode where the football coach, like, is a fucking hothead, literally, in the sense of, like, you know, he gets angry, he starts fucking fires. He locks...
Weird.
Like, he locks Clark Kent in the steam room, like the steam, like, sauna. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, sauna.
Yeah, locks him in there. Wouldn't you fucking know it? The rocks in the sauna, kryptonite. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like I'm willing to stretch disbelief because it's a fucking a TV show about a superhero. Like, I'm willing to stretch it, man. But, like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, really, like, did Smallville catch all of the remnants of fucking Krypton when it blew up? And if so, why can't they just reassemble the goddamn thing? And that's what it sounds like, if they have that much kryptonite. I mean, shit.
Damned if I know, man. But, like, I kept watching because I was like, alright, I'm not going to let one fucking bad episode fucking deter me from watching this. You know,
and since when does kryptonite give powers? I thought it took powers away.
It takes them away from, you know, from Clark Kent and Superman. But, like, with humans, like, you know, there have been episodes where people, like, get cut open and the kryptonite gets into their bloodstream, and they're able to, like, do shit. You know?
Oh.
Exactly. I'm just like, all right, we're kind of stretching here, but whatever.
Yeah, that's all really weird.
Yeah, we're kind of stretching here, but okay, I'll bear with you for a bit. At least you're not being Gotham, where they're just like...
I've never seen Gotham.
Neither have I, because I was just like, you know what, man? Okay, if I'm going to watch a show about fucking Batman, I expect to see fucking Batman. Like, I don't...
And they don't, right? It's all Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, it's just Bruce Wayne as a kid. It's more focused on, you know, Commissioner Gordon's days as a cop, and they're like, oh, here's the rise of these supervillains. Like, here comes, you know, the fucking Penguin. Here's how he got his start. It's like, I don't give a fuck how he got his start. Like, I want to see Batman... Yeah. I want to see Batman fucking haul off and punch him in the face.
It's all become that kind of, like, Patton Oswalt joke where, like, hey, you like the Penguin? Do you want to see him when he was a kid? Like, hey, do you like the Joker? It's like, oh, my God, stop.
Yeah, and it's like, guys, like, what the fuck are we doing here?
So if you're kind of drawn away from Gotham because it's that sort of, like, you know, here's the backstory of not Batman yet, yeah, why do you think you got into the backstory of not Superman yet?
Well, for one thing, because, I mean... Superman has, you know, his powers, like, and it shows him, like, slowly developing them over time. Like, I think it's by, like, season 2 he gets, like, heat vision, but at first, like, he's got, you know, the super strength, he's, you know, invulnerable, super speed, and, like, it just shows him, like, slowly developing, like, his powers over time. It's just, you know, him dealing with those powers, and I'm like, alright, you know what? At least he's Superman, but he's not, like, the costume Superman and whatnot. Like, he's going around saving people and shit. You know? So I'm like that. I'm like, all right, you know what? That's at least a cool thing, because, like, Superman, you know, really his costume is he puts on fucking clothes and he's Clark Kent.
Right.
You know, Batman puts on fucking Kevlar and shit, and now I'm the Batman. Fuck you.
That is what makes Superman unique as a supervillain, as Kill Bill pointed out, is that Clark Kent is the alter ego of Superman. He is Superman by nature.
Exactly.
But how does Smallville handle the whole blanket thing? Because, I mean, part of the whole thing is that his cape was his blanket from when he was sent from Krypton.
They don't focus on that. Like,
they don't even.
No, he's not in, you know, the Superman costume. Like, he doesn't get into that costume until, like, season 10.
But how do they explain where he gets it from? Is he just, like, go to a store and buy some sweats or something?
That I don't know. I'm in the middle of season 3 right now, so I don't know where the fuck he gets the costume from.
Let me know. I'd be curious to know.
Yeah,
if there's something like, oh yeah, by the way, you had a blanket in your ship when it crashed.
There was one, like, cool little, like, nod back that I really dug was you know, Clark, like, finds this key and whatnot. Like, it's a piece for, like, the spaceship that brought him to Earth when he was a kid and whatnot, and he puts it in, and he hears the voice of his father. And thankfully it's not fucking Marlon Brando. It's Terrence Stamp that does the voice. I was like, dude, that's fucking dope.
It's who? Terrence who?
Terrence Stamp.
Terrence Stamp, not familiar.
Yes, you are.
I am?
Come, son of Jor-El, kneel before
Oh.
Zod. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
See, again, one of those people I don't recognize by name, but as soon as you mention like who they were or what they were in or something, I got you.
Yeah, it's... I was like, man, that is so fucking dope. Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
I was like, that's awesome, man. He went from going to try and kill this kid to... Oh, Jor-El's an asshole in the show. Awesome. But yeah, it's just so far I'd give it like a B out of a grading score.
Yeah,
it's been pretty good. It's had a lot of really good episodes. It's had a couple of duds, but like there was one episode where Clark tries saving this kid from like killing himself, like he's falling off a dam or something like that. Grabs him, and then Clark gets struck by lightning, so his powers transfer over to this kid, and this kid starts acting like an asshole. I was like, boy, we're doing this again?
Oh, that's kind of cool, because it reminds me of that, like, arcade game, that Superman arcade game, where, like, don't at one point you have to fight, like, a clone of yourself?
If it's the game that I'm thinking of, I don't think so.
It's the one, oh, shit.
I think I know which game you're talking about because I loved playing it when I was a kid. There was like this little like mini golf place, like an indoor mini golf place that my dad would take me to all the time. Had an arcade, batting cages and whatnot, and like that was one of the games that they had there was Superman, and I tried playing it every fucking time that I was there. And like
one of those was like you fly next to a building and like shit like flies out at you or whatever. You gotta like punch him and fight him in the air and shit.
Yeah, and like there was a red Superman and a blue Superman as
yeah.
well. Yep, I know which game
exactly
the game you're talking about, man. I fucking loved it.
Maybe that's what it was. It wasn't that you had to fight another one, but if another player joined in, they'd be like a different color Superman.
It was a different colored Superman,
Yeah. That game was the fucking tits, dude.
It was, man. I'm sure you could buy one on like eBay or something like that, like the arcade cabinet.
Probably.
Or if you find like an emulator online, you can just download it and start playing.
Yeah.
That would be fucking awesome.
I recently found an emulator for like Mortal Kombat 2 online, but it was slow as hell, so too bad. Yeah. But yeah, man, that Superman game was dope. We had it in a movie theater where I'm in Billerica, near me.
Nice.
We had that one, and we had Coors Bowling, the fucking some bowling game. Like it was rebranded later on because they didn't want to have like beer advertised for kids, but like
I guess fuck that.
This version was like the Coors Silver Bullet Bowling, whatever the fuck. And it was pretty cool. We had like the rollerball,
Oh yeah.
So between those two games, I lost a lot of money in those fucking arcade machines.
No, with me it was always Superman or Turtles in Time. Those were my two big ones, man. I was like, that and what was the Simpsons? The fucking Simpsons arcade game. I lost a lot of fucking quarters on that one too.
I never had the Simpsons. Well, I think there was the Simpsons game up in this place in Nashua, but then there was this other arcade in the Billerica Mall that had like Turtles in Time. It had like the Mortal Kombat games and like air hockey and shit. But yeah. There was some really awesome games back then. Like Turtles in Time was epic, dude.
I mean, Turtles in Time is still fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, that's the great thing about games like that. Is like even that Superman game that holds up now. Like if you were to play that today, oh man.
Oh yeah, it's still fucking awesome. And like here's the thing too. Like I have the first Xbox console to come out. On one of the Ninja Turtles games, like one of the unlockables in the game is actually Turtles in Time. I was like, holy fuck! Did whatever I had to do to get it, and I was like, yes, I got it. So I unlocked Turtles in Time. So next time we hang out, man, if anything, man, I'll bring that up there. You and I fucking tag team on that shit.
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
I'd probably have to get another Xbox controller, but shit, man, I'll do it.
I was watching some YouTube recently of like this dude playing Mortal Kombat playthroughs, and I think it was Mortal Kombat Deception for PS2 that he was playing, where you can unlock Mortal Kombat 2 arcade. And I was like, oh shit, that makes me really want to buy it because I have the PS2.
Yeah.
So it makes me want to get it and unlock fucking Mortal Kombat 2 because that was probably one of my favorite arcade games back in the day.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think.
Mortal Kombat was just friggin' awesome.
I'm trying to think of like some of the other like arcade games that I fucking loved when I was a kid though. Like
Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2, yeah, I lost a lot of money on
Between
that one.
Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat.